to another episode of Mindset Monday. It's March 18th, 2024, and it's another beautiful Monday. I'm happy that you're here with us, and I am so happy that I can share my little piece on this side of earth. I hope it was a wonderful Monday for you, or Monday evening, or Monday night, whichever area of the earth you are hailing from. Today, it's another day that we are celebrating the Gratitude March. And in this month of March, we are highlighting women. It's Women's Month. So we're highlighting women of different strata of society. Last week, we highlighted one very precious woman, and she has several different areas of expertise. Right now, she is actually centering around health and wellness. This week, we have two special guests, and one is from the UK and the other one is from the US. And they are here to share with us their expertise in different areas where they hail from and how they impact humanity in their unique way in their career path. So, help me welcome Shanice Powell, and she's going to share with us just where she's from and a little bit about her beautiful, unique self. And then we will have Yasmin Cast- Castan from the UK, who will share with us her flavor, the different lives she's touched, and where she is right now in her journey with humanity. Shanice, how are
Hi.
you?
Hi Miriam, how you doing?
I am happy and I'm grateful that you were able to grace this place with your beautiful presence and your radiant smile.
Thank you for having me, Miriam. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. And let me welcome Yasmin. Hi, Yasmin.
Hello, Miriam and Shanice. Nice to be here. I'm so glad that I joined it. It's my
Awesome.
pleasure to be here tonight.
So happy to have you. And Yasmin has given me her time. She should be asleep right now. It's what time of day is it, Yasmin, in UK?
Today is Monday and it's 10 o'clock,
Right.
but it's the Ramadan. We don't sleep. We a lot
So
of prayers. Yeah.
so she has blessed me with a little part of her night that she should be retiring to bed. So I'm so grateful that she is so gracious with her time to give me. Now, Yasmin and Shanice are from different spectrum. Yeah, Shanice is it millennial or Gen Xers?
Millennial.
Millennial. And Yasmin is she is in
Somalia.
she's a Somalian, and we are looking at different spectrum, different strata of society, different spectrum. So we are going to be hearing from the millennial, and we're going to be hearing from the in my part of the globe. Um, so I will go with Shanice first. If you could
Sure.
share with us where you're from and
Yeah, sure. So I'm originally from Jamaica, Spanish Town. That is in the parish of St. Catherine. And then I came up to the US in the year 2013, and I've been in the US ever since. So I, like Miriam just said, I'm Shanice Powell. I'm a lifestyle coach. I'm very big on helping people. discover what it is their purpose is and start to walk in that. Because I understand that the fulfillment of purpose can be such a daunting task, but not really once you have a coach holding your hand through the process, right? To help us identify what that is and to start taking steps to fulfilling that purpose. So I am big on that. That is my passion. And yes, I made a career out of it.
Awesome, awesome. And let me go over to UK, Yasmin.
Taking steps to fulfilling that purpose. So
My name is Yasmin, as Miriam told you, and I'm so blessed to be here. I live in London, in the United Kingdom, and I'm the mother of four, originally from Horn of Africa, Somalia. And my job was all been humanitarian work for almost 25 years. And when I came here, I always work with the mainstream as a liaison officer, working closely with the people in the mental health, education, and disadvantaged communities in prisons and so on.
Awesome, awesome. And I know that based on the years that both of you have been around, you have impacted many. You have impacted maybe thousand because you impact one and that ripple goes to many, depends on where that person goes. So
mhm.
today, as we're highlighting women and the gratitude that we have for what we are, who we are, and what we have achieved, the gratitude for the people who have raised us up, the gratitude for God who has brought us in this world, and the gratitude that we have in sharing our lives with others. It is so delighted that you're here to share a little bit of who you are and what you have achieved based on the persons who have complemented your life and who have sowed into your life. Now, I'm going to ask Yasmin the first question. And what uh, what are some practical ways that people can incorporate gratitude into their daily routine? Before you answer that question, just share uh, why are you grateful in a nutshell? And then what are some practical
Yes, to
ways?
be yes, I'm always grateful because for me it's very different, and I like people to hear this from me. In my 19 years of age, my country has a civil war. I have witnessed bombshells, mortar shells, fleeing from my country, and also health risk, very risk because we were in the middle of war. I lost my family. They have fled everywhere. My neighborhood, my friends. Since then, I was on this journey. I lost all my country and all the life, even that I don't have right now any picture of my father and mother. Since now, because we have been fleeing from country to country to neighborhood. But luckily, I have been inspired by one of my neighbors who believed in me, who was grown up man. He used to tell me that I have got the potential. Then uh, I have continued with my education. At the age of 19, I became responsible when my 15 members of my family have been in refugee camps in Kenya, illegally. It was horrible life. They were living in tents. And luckily, I got a job as a humanitarian worker, but based in my country again with the civil war. Just me alone at 19 years old. Then I kept my journey from there. After many years, on the 2000, I came to this country. I joined my aunt, who sponsored all my family here, and became a mother. Since then, I always have a gratitude, and I believe in my only relative or a friend because I talk to God. No matter the religions we have God and we have a belief and faith. As long as you are a faith person, you need to talk to your God. I have been in a very difficult situations, having the mother of four children in this country, being immigrant, having no connections. Up to now, I have no neighbors. I have been dedicated to my children, but all the time, my theory is always looking back. Those who are misfortunate than me. When I have had days, I say I have a healthy children. There are mothers who have got unhealthy children.
Mm-hmm.
I say I'm a healthy person. I have a gratitude because there are people who are like me who are struggling, illnesses, incurable illnesses, or who have got maybe many small days to survive. My life was not big. I have been always putting the pieces together. I have faced everything when my have been gone, when my uh, debt people were been on my back, knocking my doors, everything to raise my children. But I was dedicated and being grateful always. Because if you are a faith person, look at those who are misfortunate than you have to remind yourself that you have to be gratitude. You should have a gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Because this life is everybody, even if you are rich or poor, we have boxes. That's our destiny. Like in your house. Because we in our house, we always put the wine carves into the display, where the cooking pots, which are the backbone of our life on daily lives, are in the hidden cabinets. That's the way I look life, and that keeps me going. And in talking to God and having a faith and being a gratitude person, I have God never failed me. We have eating problems. You are in debts. You need to put food in the table of your kids. Sometimes you have nothing. You run around the clock. Think, call friends and family. Up to that capacity, when you are done, what you can do, I sit back and I say, God, it's in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
In hours, I have tested many times. It will come to my door. Someone will knock my door, or unexpected or forgotten friend will give me a call.
Powerful.
I'm always gratitude.
Mm.
I have gratitude always.
Love that.
Wow. Being grateful
Mm-hmm.
is a sign of just surrendering that we are not our own, but God is the source. That's being grateful. Thank you, Yasmin. This is powerful, powerful.
So good.
And I know Yasmin for quite a while, and what she shared is just we would say back home, tops, just a minute little piece of who she is and what she has done to humanity, not only her family. Now for beautiful millennial Shanice. Yasmin is from the baby boomer age, and so you see the vast difference. Like myself, we're baby boomers, and Shanice is the millennial. So let me hear from her perspective.
uh,
Why are you grateful? And what are some practice? Why are you grateful? Let's just
let's
deal with that.
start there. Why am I grateful? Well, Yasmin, first of all, I want to thank you so much for sharing your story. I know it was just a snippet, but it was so powerful just sitting across from you or just sitting here and hearing your story. Very inspiring. Um, why am I grateful? Because I don't have any reason not to be grateful, Miriam. I don't have any reason not to be. When I look at my life, yes, there are challenges. Yes, there is hardship. Yes, you're going to have lows, right? But I understand that the hardships, the challenges, the lows are actually refining me and making me a better version of myself. So I mean, you're experiencing the highs, and that already make you feel happy and grateful. And then the lows are actually still helping you to be an even better person. So, what really is the reason to not be grateful? So, that is my outlook on life. And I had to learn that over time, because when I was if I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling low, that's what you get from Shanice. Is like, you will not hear thank you. You're just gonna hear, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. But over time, I learned that it's just so much more joy and peace and happiness that you have when you practice that gratitude. So I am grateful, and that is why I'm grateful, because it does so much more for me than to not be grateful.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, what are some practical ways people can incorporate gratitude into their daily routine?
Yeah, that's a good question. I first want to say it's so important that we learn to notice the blessings in our lives. I think a lot of us go about our daily routine just getting too used to the routine, too familiar, just overly familiar with the routine, that we don't notice the blessings. And so we don't pause to appreciate and acknowledge the blessings. So, to get in the habit of noticing and acknowledging the blessings in our lives, it will help us to exercise gratitude every day. So, how to do so practically? You can find 5 things to be grateful for every morning when you wake up. I know in the mornings, one of the first things I tend to do, which I have to break myself out of the habit of doing, is going on Instagram on this here phone. So when I find myself going on Instagram, I put the phone down. I say, no, Shanice, let's think of 5 things to be grateful for. Lord, I thank you for the breath in my lungs. I'm able to breathe easily, with ease. That's not a thing that a lot of people can do. Okay. I opened my eyes. I'm able to see. Okay. I have physical strength, physical health, so I can actually roll out of the bed and go shower myself. Right. The morning is beautiful. The sun is shining. The breeze is blowing. Spring is coming. So we're out of the winter blues and we're entering into the spring season now, right? So those already are 5 things, even more than 5 things that I mentioned to be grateful for. So that's a practical step that I take, that I think people can take, and just kind of implement into their daily routine. And it is a way in which we can get in the habit of noticing the blessings, because it's not that you're not blessed, it is that you're not noticing it. So when you
Mhm.
start noticing, then thanks will come out of your mouth automatically and easily, and then you're living a life of gratitude before you even know it.
Powerful. Yasmin, what are some practical ways that we, or your personal ways that you can incorporate gratitude in your daily life, or you have incorporated gratitude?
It's about the perspective that we look in life. If you open even walking on the road or going back to your friend's circle or family, if you you can have gratitude. And also, if you are always faith person, because we are all connected to faith, and some of us pray in our. So the prayer is a kind of having the gratitude, and also remembering that you, when you are walking on the street, you see a family who are caring their disabled child. We all know that they cannot even get their health compared to $1 million today. They wish to have
Mhm.
that health. There are people who are battling. Look at around the globe, Ukraine, Gaza, children, how many elderly people we see on the newspaper. So you should be accepting that you are a God abiding person, And always, if you are healthy and beautiful and have got healthy children, had a food and a shelter, you should have a gratitude each day. Because my life, I chosen, I don't know, I enjoy that life. I, humanitarian charity works, and now my job is very, very not, even healthy for me. I always visit sad cases. I walk into a mental hospital that we have a case to take to the court, and you see people who are saying today is sunny, asking permission to go to the in that building, and they are going to be told it's not the time to go out. Even we don't know that we have that freedom. So we should be practicing to have a gratitude each and every day in our lives, and pray for the rest who need our prayers. Over to you, Maria.
Amen. Powerful, wonderful. I am just absorbing what both of you are saying, and it is so fitting when we have and can share with each other the perspective that we are grateful no matter where we are on the earth, because Yasmin, she's in the UK, Shanice is in the US, I'm also in the US, but we are created with this, we are created in God's image and in his likeness. So although we are all unique in our personhood, but we have similar situations that we can be grateful, the breath that we breathe. And it is so amazing that we can look at the small things or the normal things or the things that we always say we have and we pay no attention to. So thank you for bringing those things out to us. And I'm sure our listeners, our viewers are saying, oh, yes, I'm grateful for that. Sometimes I forget that I have an ear until something goes wrong with it. Or when I was in Jamaica a couple of months ago, mosquito bite my ear up. And that's the time I actually remember, apart from when I'm taking a shower and I'm cleaning myself, I forget that I have certain parts of my body. So, we get up and, as Shanice rightly said, start practicing. 5. I start with 1. What are you grateful for? One thing. Once you get, in the routine of things, then you will start adding, because if we start identifying or just being aware of the things we're grateful for, we have no time to complain,
Mm-hmm.
and that is powerful. My system is shutting down, so give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now whichever one of you want to take this question, in your opinion, what roles does gratitude play in empowering women, especially during Women's Month? Who want to go first?
You say, what role does gratitude play?
Role? Yes. So, your opinion, what role does gratitude play in empowering women, especially during Women's Month?
Well, I think for me, the whole reason why we have Women's Month is because there's been this inequality issue, right, between men and women. I think that's one of the reasons why Women's Month exists. And so we're wanting there to be an appreciation of women, right? I think that in the midst of appreciating women, and in the midst of fighting for that equality, that gratitude will help us to see how far as women we have come in this fight for equality, in this fight to be appreciated, right? I think that gratitude can play that role to just make women realize we are worth it, we are loved, we are indeed appreciated. And when we practice that lifestyle of noticing our blessings, like I mentioned before, then we can see how far we've come. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's a role I think that gratitude can play when it comes to woman empowerment.
Yasmin, anything to weigh on that?
It's broad knowledge, but I will, as I grow older, I wish I knew when I was younger. Older, you will know how women are the center of the life, no matter about equality or gender, and also male domination, all these horrible things that are happening to the women around the globe. There are countries that I like their traditions and follow, but sometimes for their women, in terms of my Muslim religion, some countries, women are not counted. Girls have no freedom. They have been given to without their acceptance to the husband to set up a life. But as I get closer and research all this, I that women who we believe that they are misfortunate are more powerful than us. If the woman, once they are who are establishing new, homes, they say the elderly woman they advise them, children, you always tell them what you want them to do. Being a children, women are also mothers. And although this gender equality and a lot of rough road is when you start family and grow older, we all go through marriages or rough relationships and so on. But the more you grow older, you understand that you miss that tactic because now we cannot be fooled and we could put things right, but the young age. So I will say at this month of a woman, women should believe in themselves. They are the power and the backbone of this life, whether it's husband, a boyfriend, or a children. You got it, girls. Thank you.
Awesome. You got that. You got it. Wonderful. Now, can you share in your work life, how were you grateful, or how are you grateful to your coworkers, your managers? What what did you gain from it, or how do you share, or display gratitude to your employer or your coworkers?
Okay, I guess I can go first on that. How do I display gratitude to my employer or coworkers? Um, it can be as simple as when you're sending professional emails to your employer or your coworkers, you end it with thank you. You know, a lot of people say best and then put their name underneath. The simple thing of saying thank you, comma, put your name underneath, or at some point in the email text saying thank you. That's a way of expressing gratitude, I think. I think we do it generally as because it's a professional thing to do or because it's common courtesy, but maybe to be more intentional about just adding that little line of thank you for your time or thank you for listening to this or whatever have you. But one practical way in which I exercise gratitude to my coworkers and to my employers is if for whatever reason I'm moving on to another job because I am finished with the one that I'm currently in, I always communicate with them before I leave. So it's not, oh, I'm just going to up and leave because I'm done with this. I always consider the importance of always keeping a healthy relationship and keeping things amicable, right? So it is respectful to do so, but it is also you expressing gratitude to your employer for employing you at that time when you needed the employment. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you hiring me for this period of time. However, I'm moving on. We call it a resignation letter. But even for me, like the last job I had before I left, I didn't just send the resignation letter. I spoke face to face to my employers and even to my coworkers to let them know the transition that is about to happen. I speak to like department heads or so people who I generally do work side by side with, just to have that face to face with them, because there's nothing more powerful than face to face communication. So I have that convo with them, that heart to heart, and I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm actually moving on. I'm transitioning, and I just wanted you to know. So by the time that email, that resignation letter comes to them, they're not blindsided and they don't feel underappreciated. They don't feel as though, oh, okay, she's just finished with us. She's washed her hands clean of us and then moved on. No, because I'll tell you the benefit of doing so. One job that I used to have that I left, but I made sure to communicate with them properly before I left. That same job I'm coming back to right now in a temporary position,
Wow.
right? And it was easy for me to come back in a temporary position to that job. I just texted the person who, is the current director of that place. That person said, of course, Shanice, we'd love to have you come here temporarily. Tell me when, I'll call you. And then that's done. I didn't have to do half the work of signing up for a completely different job, meeting new people, da 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 da. Didn't have to do that because I left things on a high note. I made sure that I did not burn any bridges, made sure to respect them, made sure to communicate with them. And all of that, just by being respectful and communicating with them, I'm expressing gratitude. I'm letting them know that I appreciate them hiring me. I appreciate the time that they put into me while I was there. And I appreciate them even after the fact while I'm not working there. So that's the benefit of, communicating that way and expressing gratitude in that way.
Awesome. Yasmin, how do you show gratitude to your employer? I know you have your own business. How do you show gratitude to your clients? And if you could look back when you were employed to your employers.
Yes, when we are in employment, usually we look at the sensitive things, or maybe some sort of conflicted or not going to your way. But you have to see that kind of things. It's a kind of the mechanism of the business. But you cannot always look at the best things of everything, because if you are always negative and see everything in the negative, it's killing you. You are not going to be happy. And in that case, also being a strong person, you can always say that everything is meant to me. So if you see good in everything, like your employer or your co-workers, and keep the healthy relationship, it's always good for you. And don't always forget to tell everybody and remind them the little bit positive thing that they have done. The word that I always use in business discussion is, even if I'm not taking that business and someone was been following me for such a long time, or I am leaving in the middle of that agreement, I just try to be myself. And the only word I use is thanks for understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So
Powerful.
always see the best of everything, that the positive sides, because it's not even healthy for you to put yourself in a difficult position, like you are putting in a dark home yourself. Life should be brightened. You cannot be victim of yourself. Let the people be who they are. You have to accept them, because some people are, sometimes they have characteristics that is not meant to you, but it's hurting you. or maybe it's not working your way. I always play the role to get the best friend of that person, and I always win. I always win. The worst managers I had are my best friends in 20 years now. We are still friends. So it's
Powerful.
showing them, yes, showing them always the best of them.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like playing in a football game. Like life is just easy. Keep your happiness and don't let anything else. Leave even things. I always even if I have conflicts with friends and or colleagues, I play that I did not notice it, and I haven't seen luckily someone who gave me hard time. Luckily, so
Powerful.
remind them that they are a good person, and whatever they do to you, remind them that you are grateful to them. People will change. They will not be on your back. They will find another victim even if it doesn't work with you. Over to you.
All these years of experience has shown a whole lot, as Yasmin rightly said. The persons who would have been bad, she uses her wit, her humanitarian skills to win them over, and that's powerful. And now you are grateful that you use that instead of giving them, as we would say, they throw us lemon and then we throw them back the lemon. But they throw you lemon and somewhat you make some lemonade with some sugar and share it with them. It's better that way because lemonade is so, especially in the tropics or when the time is hot and you get some nice, cool lemonade. Oh, how refreshing that is. So, using that analogy, the lemon is thrown to you. Just get some cool ice water when it's hot, and make some lemonade and just share it. Powerful, powerful. I'm gonna jump over to the YouTube chat because I know there are several contributions there. So let me see what they're saying, and let me see if they're asking you beautiful ladies any questions. Evelyn Balahu Pushpin says, "Hello, happy Monday." Evelyn Jenkins says, "Good evening, Sister Miriam. I pray all is well." Okay, let me see if there are any questions. And Balihu said, "Hello, Queen Yasmin." I'm checking to say, okay, Joe Veronica said, "Bless up, grateful for mobile data." See, she's on the road and she's grateful for mobile data. Anna says, "Hello, everyone. Good evening." Joel Haven said, "I am grateful for a new day, for life, and another chance." So you see what you're sharing, it is sparking conversation. Why am I grateful? So they're sharing their side of things. Anna says, "Yasmin, good to see you." So Anna is grateful to see Yasmin. Fatom said, "My first life." He's grateful for life. Marlene Grant says, "Blessing, Sister Camille. Keep up the good work." Um, there are many others coming in. I'm not able to see them now. But what they're basically saying that, yes, thank you for sparking this conversation, Yasmin and Shanice. It is creating a synergy and it is stretching my imagination. It is stretching my thought process. I am grateful. Now, coming back to you ladies both, what advice would you give to someone who is new to the concept of practicing gratitude? What advice would you give to someone? What I remember before you answer the question, I remember um when I just came to this country and I said good morning, and the man said, "What is so good about the morning?" And I was shocked out of my wits because where I come from, it's a normal thing to say good morning. But then when I was sharing with my mother, she's now deceased, she said, they call me little. She said, little, when you say morning, she's speaking in her dialect. When you say morning, you're giving them your morning, but don't expect a response. You're sharing what you have, which is good. They may not have it good. So don't see it as them scaring you. She used the word. It's not you, it's them. Something is wrong with them. So you give them what you have. Maybe they don't have anything to give you. So you say good morning. They don't have a good morning. So he said, "What's so good about the morning?" And I was shocked. I was a little
Mhm.
embarrassed because I said I shouldn't have said it. No, she said, "Give them the morning every day." That's my mother.
Love it. Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to someone who is new to the concept of practicing gratitude? Yasmin.
I would always say when you wake up in the morning, try to say or make a habit to have a gratitude that you are breathing. And always we have got tests to go through in life. In that tests always release our sins after life. If you are going through a hard time, try always to be grateful. Because even we always worry about the life, the fantasy we want to have in life, but we have good deeds. There's a bank after life. That bank you need also to think about the hassles you are going through. It's like washing your sins or helping somebody, being a gratitude and accepting each and every situation is a temporary. Nobody was in hell for a consecutive year. I'm telling you, in this life, whatever situation that all around the globe everybody's facing, no one ended up without food. We did not hear anybody who died without no food or shelter. People survive. You miss breakfast, lunch, you will get one bread and one cup of water. It will come because God created us and planted us into this globe. It's His job. Believe in yourself, have a gratitude, whatever the situation is. And don't always kill yourself and your happiness, of thinking about what could be better for you. Even if you are rich today, if you are money and you have got $1 million, do you know those people who have got $1 million have got 1 million problems more than yourself?
True.
And if you are in their shoes, you'll be having that, a $1 million problem. Life needs a human being never ends. This is the box that God have given me as a destiny. I'm good at that. I have a gratitude. If God has given me another destiny, it will just come and it's now. One day I will go to the next shop, corner shop, and God will tell me, even if I don't play lottery, do it today. It's my destiny. Within like that, I will become a rich for any reason. Don't look or kill your happiness. Go to the parks, see the nature, enjoy your life, whatever you have. You are not the only person in that box. And
Hmm.
have a gratitude each and every morning. Thank you.
I love that, Yasmin, because since you say that do the things that make you happy, that is a thought that really sparked my response that I'm about to give right now, which is if you're finding it difficult to be grateful, or if being grateful is something that you're not used to doing, it's not a habit of yours, Surround yourself with things that make you happy, right? You are in control of your day. Well, not in control, but you have the authority to manage your day so it can turn out the way you want it to. Things will happen outside of your control, but how you manage it will determine how your day ends up, or how you know, how you endure the day, right? So, one way in which to manage your day so that you are exercising gratitude, surround yourself with things that make you happy. If you love music, let that be one of the first things you turn on your phone or whatever device you prefer, when you're showering, right? When you are cooking. For me, I hate cooking. So if I ever do have to cook, I have to turn the music on so that I can feel happy while cooking. Right? And then when I'm in that happy mood, I'm more likely, I'm creating a space conducive to gratitude. Okay, so that is one practical thing you can do. Find you some music. If it is that you love to walk through the park, do that. Find a park that is surrounded by a lot of trees and greenery so you can breathe fresh air and take in the scenery. Do the things that feed your soul, that make you happy, so that it's easier for the thank you to come out of your mouth, right? So create an environment conducive to gratitude. I do want to say this too, for someone who doesn't generally practice gratitude, or maybe gratitude is not yet a habit of yours, I would say when you start, it's totally normal to not feel great about it. For example, you might start the whole process of going back to the suggestion I gave of waking up and, listing 5 things you're grateful for. You might start listing it, but you still don't feel that grateful. Maybe, you might feel like, oh, thank God for breath, thank you for life, or whatever, but you still feel all bitter, groggy. That's normal because you're doing something that is out of the ordinary for you, right? You are building the habit. So, what I would suggest you do is to do it anyways. And when the next morning comes, do it anyways. And the next morning come, do it again. And do it over and over and over and over. They say it takes 90 days before something becomes a habit. Mark it in your calendar, day 90. If by day 90, gratitude is not something that you start doing as a habit, then come see me. We could talk about other ways that we can get you there, okay? But more than likely, you won't even have to come see me, because by day 90 or even before, it will have become a habit, all right? So you may feel uncomfortable at first. It's because you're doing something new. Do it anyways. And to make it easier for you to do, create that space where it's easier to be happy or grateful by doing things that you love to do, things that make you happy.
Powerful. Do the things that make you happy. And one of the things that will help with gratitude, as Yasmin was talking, focus on the things that you already have. Do not focus on the things that you are looking for. They have a saying that the grass is greener on the other side. You are on this side. See what you have. What can you make with the brown grass you have? Maybe you need to put some water on it or something like that. But pay attention to what you have. I have family. I have friends. I have a warm place to sleep. I have food. It may not be the same food that Yasmin have on her plate, but I have food to eat. Simple things. Being grateful for what I have. I have so many beautiful people that love on me,
Mhm.
and I'm so grateful. All over the globe. Yasmin is one of them. Shanice is one of
Mhm.
them. And just be grateful for what you have. Sometimes I call on Yasmin. We see each other on Zoom or wherever, and that beautiful smile that just captivates. That's something to be grateful
Mhm.
for. Thank you for the beautiful smile, girl. Let me see if there's anything else. Balahu Pushpin says, acknowledging acknowledging that you already have your life is the foundation of gratitude and
Mhm.
abundance. That is so true.
Mhm.
Now, the last question, and then I'll ask you guys to just share any other thoughts. How do you think gratitude can transform personal and professional relationships? I know you started that already, so you can just expand a little bit.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, how can gratitude transform personal and professional relationships? Okay. So, personally, I can speak to my experience with gratitude. What it's done for me personally is it has allowed me to have peace, so much peace in my life, right? The whole grass is green on the other side is not a problem for me as much anymore because I'm learning to water my side of the lawn. And I'm doing what my friend here the statement that my friend here just quoted, acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. I love that. The foundation for
Mm-hmm.
all abundance. If I have the foundation for all abundance, that means on my side I always have abundance. That means I'm not lacking in anything. If I have if you have the foundation of anything, you're good to go, because that foundation means you're building on top of it and there's more of that to come, right? So the foundation of abundance is what I have when I exercise gratitude, by just simply looking at what I already do have, and that is contentment too, right? I use gratitude and contentment, those words interchangeably, because they're so much the same to me, because it is in exercising contentment, being satisfied with what you do have, that you're able to be thankful. And just because you are being satisfied with what you do have doesn't mean that you are no longer ambitious. Absolutely, be ambitious still, want more for yourself, but there is, you can be grateful and content with where you are as you desire more and work for the more for yourself, right? So what it's done for me personally is it's given me peace. I'm living, I'm having a lot more happier moments in my life. What it has done for me professionally is it has opened a lot of doors. So like I mentioned before, if I'm moving on, transitioning from one job, um, I don't burn that bridge. I exercise gratitude by letting my coworkers and my employers know, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunity that you've given me and the time that you spent with me and our times together when we work together. So that whenever I do have to come back to them for whatever reason, if ever in the future I have to go back, there's no issue or problem there because we left on a high note, right? So gratitude exercised in that way helps me in that way professionally, where people who's worked with me in the past and want to work with me again. So more opportunities, doors are opening for me. So that's how gratitude really can transform, um, trans cause a transformation personally and professionally in your life. But that's been my personal experience.
Awesome. Yasmin?
I am the bad person to give this advice, but I will give you my wise advice, in which I lost in my young age. I have been married twice. My marriage never survived more than even 3 years. Women, as we are talking Women's Month, I will urge you that you are the person who needs to keep the family together. And men are the people who always like to be grateful. You cannot push your husband, because I was a strong woman. I was so ambitious. I was so fast. I was so successful. I want to kidnap my husband, tell him what to wear, what to do, all his plans for a year, the car he's driving, the job he's doing, and so on. I lost it. At the age of 50 is when I came to realize what I have missed. All along, I thought I was being wronged by my husband, but I was the wrong one. If any woman who is having a freedom or leaving or destroying her marriage could be, what was the female president candidate in United States?
Kamala?
They?
I forgot. Yeah,
Well, from before, Kamala
the
Harris, the
female.
vice president.
No, no, the
The
female president
the
who was.
vice president?
No, the female president who had George Bush. I don't know.
Hmm.
The lady
No, we only have one female
who was
female
competing with
vice president, Kamala Harris.
no, no, there was a USA female president candidate against Donald
Oh, the
Trump.
candidate that was oh goodness gracious me.
What's her name?
I forgot her name.
Can
Yes,
somebody tell
Is
us? Can somebody tell us?
wow. This
Can
why am I
somebody
drawing
tell
a
us?
blank?
I'm blank.
and her husband,
The,
you remember he
the
cheated on her.
female,
He was
the
ex-boyfriend.
female, um, oh my goodness, Hillary
There we go.
Clinton.
Her husband, yes, Hillary
Thank
Clinton.
you,
Yes,
thank you,
yes,
Queen,
yes, yes,
thank you.
yes. Thank you.
Oh God.
Hillary Clinton could leave and destroy her house.
Queen
She got
Verona
everything.
gave.
Yeah, thank you, Verona. So I'm urging you, don't do the same mistake I made. Women should be more strong as our grandmoms. I know it's not okay, it's not happy house sometimes, but you are the one who need the family to keep the family together. And men always, like a child, they like to be grateful. Always tell them how you are grateful to them in terms as you request that in a relationship and professional work. But I was the bad one. I lost it. It didn't work for me. Don't do the same mistake I made. Thank you.
So, in other words, Yasmin, just summarizing what you're saying, if we allow ego to get the better of us, we will lose the things that is good instead of holding them. So we should operate on the basis of, what would I say, love instead of ego, because we want things our way. We want things done our way in our time. And when we allow ego to drive us instead of, because ego is like an imposter. And all of us have ego. All of us display that at some point in time, whether it's on the spiritual side or it's on the professional side. We sometimes, let me just say me, let me just say I sometimes allow ego to override the real me, because the real me, there's no imposter syndrome, but the egotistic side, it's either I'm a victim or I am better than somebody. So because I'm better than that man, I want to tell him which pants to wear, which this, that's what you're saying, Yasmin. Which car to drive, which this. So listeners, viewers, let's get back to our real self, that God created us in his image and in his likeness, that we can operate on the premise of love. Because there's a perfect love casteth out fear. So once we operate in love, the ego will be suppressed and then we will have a level playing field. I think that's what you want to say. That's a high note to end on. Isn't that
I see
powerful?
Verona who
Uh,
said men are the head of the household while women are the neck. That will
Yeah,
give them
someone said that in
directions.
the comments. Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Verona.
Yeah, yes, Verona said men are the head of the household while women are the neck. That will give direction. Awesome, 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 awesome. Then she said that's the basis of gratitude. Are there any closing thoughts that you want to share with us? You want to go first, Yasmin?
What was that?
Are there any closing
Can you say
thoughts?
it again?
One sentence that you want to close with.
Yes, don't steal or destroy your peace. Having gratitude is giving you peace and happiness. And that's giving you long term because I don't know. I did not learn, but I enjoy who I am because I always like to watch comedy, look at what makes me laugh. I like always to smile, and it works for me through my hardship. My life was not easy at all. It's never been easy, but always people admire me. because I don't know. I like what makes me funny. Don't steal your peace. In each box you are living or any hardships you are going through, have your own gratitude. It will help you understand and accept it as Bollywood said, the foundation of your life. Simple as. Thank you.
Awesome. 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 Your final statement, Shanice.
My final statement is gratitude makes you live a fuller life. If you really want to make the most out of life, get into that habit of gratitude. Get into that habit of practicing contentment, which means looking at what you have and being okay with that, being thankful for that, even while being ambitious still. I don't know how long some of us will be able to live or how short some of our lives will be. Some of us live to only see teenage years, unfortunately. And for some of us, I think about Bob Marley. He's lived to see 30 odd years old. He was a young man when he died, but he left such a great positive impact. And I think one of the reasons why he left such a great and positive impact in his short lifespan is because he exercised gratitude. He was grateful for what he did have. He was grateful for the gifts, the talents that he did have. He used it well to serve people, right? And to make himself happy. So, going back to that point of creating a space conducive to your happiness, right? Well, creating a space conducive or an environment conducive to gratitude by doing things that make you happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuller life is at the end of gratitude, right? So do just that to get the most out of it.
Powerful. There is a scripture that says, God lives in the praise of his people. And if we can practice gratitude, where's my glass? The glass is a little empty right here. But picture all of these red things are the praises, our gratitude that's just filling this. You can imagine how big this is. I would have to get several glasses in order to hold all of the gratitude that's going in there. So let's practice gratitude. You hear the, because there's not many in there, you can hear the noise. If it's packed, then you would not hear any noise. So practice gratitude. Fill up the house. Jamaican would have said, big up the place. Practice gratitude, and you will find out that you live a full life. A full life. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you, Shanice. And on this Monday, March,
18th.
is it 18th? March 18th, as we continue to celebrate Women's Month, I am grateful for you sharing your thoughts with us and continue to expand, continue to share, continue to let your light shine that others can see and glorify God because you are here. Thank you. Thank you, viewers. Thank you for your comments and looking forward to seeing you and next week for another episode of Mindset Monday.
Thank you.